The Honorable Mulder.
Speaker, what lessons did we learn from this election? We learned, number one, that voters punish arrogance, as happened in the metros. We learned that every vote counts and that smaller parties are important. We learned that presidents must be careful when they make predictions about the future. You know, sir, after 1919 fall, in which the National Party lost, Handel Retief's report asked Mr. F. de Klerk where he saw himself in 5 years' time. He replied, in 5 years' time, I will be president again. What happened to the NP is known. Sir, President Zuma told voters in Soweto that if they leave the ANC, the ancestors would be so upset that they would turn their backs on you. You'll have had bad luck everywhere you go for the rest of your life, he said. Sir, Mr. de Klerk resigned when it was clear his prediction has been wrong. Will President Zuma resign or just go back to Soweto and explain to the voters what went wrong? Will he go back to Nelson Mandela Bay and explain to the ANC voters that they lost the city before Jesus came back? In the past, the ANC, with more than 60% support, bragged about being convinced Democrats, and I like that. But, sir, the real test for democracy comes when a governing party loses an election and must hand over the keys of the union buildings to the opposition. We must still pass that test. President Lincoln from America said, the ballot is stronger than the bullet. Several ANC candidates were killed in KwaZulu-Natal. An elected DA councillor was allegedly killed by an ANC candidate in Northern Cape. One of the FF Plus councillors was threatened that his family would be harmed if he votes wrongly. Sir, this is very serious and raises alarm bells. Professor Busia from Ghana wrote, and I quote, a democracy in the last analysis depends on the character of individual men and women and the moral standards of the community. Rules governing elections may be made, freedoms may be provided in constitutions, and bills of rights may be passed. They will make arbitrary acts easier to resist publicly, but they will not by themselves secure democracy. There are other rules which are unwritten, such as honesty, integrity, restraint, and respect for democratic procedures. End of quote. Speaker, ek wil ook met die oppositiepartye praat en waarsku en ek sluit my eie party die Vryheidsfront in, om nie te gou te begin feesvier oor die einde van die ANC nie. Die kiesers is kwaad oor die arrogansie en die buffelagtige manier waarop die ANC hulle hanteer het, ook wil ons hier hanteer in die raad. Maar ek weet, as jy 'n buffel gaan jag, moet jy seker maak jy skiet hom dood met die eerste skoot. As jy die buffel net kwes, is hy baie gevaarlik. Die ANC is nou net gekwes, maar nie dood nie. Dit maak die party gevaarlik. Dit mag hierdie die begin van die einde wees, maar daar's nog baie werk voor ons werklik aan die einde kom en 'n totale nuwe Suid-Afrika geskep kry. Ek dank u.